one guy's half the face was shot off.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, if you feel that way, you shouldn't poison other people's mind. Do what you want to do.
Yeah.
You don't even have to come out publicly and say you're going to do what you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
But don't poison other people's minds and tell them not to go to the polls to vote. Then I read another article yesterday where they're putting $1 million in ads
Mm-hmm.
to tell people not to vote for Barack Obama because he supports gay marriage.
Yeah, that's part. I mean, that is an issue with with some people that I've spoken to just throughout the community and beyond our community throughout Illinois. That is one of those issues that people are kind of on the fence about. Some traditional Christians have believe that homosexuality is against God. I mean, that's their specific belief. The issue is that I don't agree with everything anybody said, but I love my mother. We don't agree with everything my family. And if we talk long enough, we're gonna disagree on some things. So I think that
that's a good issue to raise because you're absolutely right.
The Democratic platform is one that we may not agree with every platform on the Democratic Party, but for the most part, we think that the National Democratic platform is one that we can work with. Valuing healthcare, valuing infrastructure, valuing those things are important to us. If you have an issue with gay marriage, that's one out of 25 issues. We're going to throw the baby out with the bathwater. I understand that, but yeah.
So how many people are you representing in the 33rd district?
Probably approximately 110, 115,000 people. And the district, it's a large district. So when we say our community, it's a funny word because I think it's a lot of communities within my district. It goes from 79th and Cottage Grove on the north all the way to 231st and Torrance on the south. That's a large area. We're going.
You have a very busy schedule.
Oh, very
What are
busy.
some of the things you do? Surely you go out and you have your little meetings and you go out and you speak and do those kind of things. What is the most tiresome part of it? Or you seem like you got all of this energy.
Yeah.
Probably nothing that's tiresome right now anyway.
I can't say it's tiresome because when you're doing something you love, I love public service, and I love politics, I love government. Those three phases are intertwined in what I do. And I love them all, so it's not tiring, and I think maybe my age is a plus because I don't have a wife or a family, so I don't have a lot of things pulling me in a lot of different directions. I can kind of focus on this job, focus on servicing, and if I need to run to a community meeting and run back downtown, I'm more flexible to do those things, and I got the energy to do them. So
that's good. Because I remember when I first started my first newspaper, and a guy was doing the print work for me, the printer, and he told me, he said, "Let me just say something to you. You're in a job where many times your family can, be out there and you're gone." And he said, "Whatever you do, always give that special attention to your family."
Yes.
But he didn't have to tell me that, but it was good he did. It was something I was going to do anyway.
Yeah.
Being that you're not married and you have no kids, well, you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, some of those
You
small.
can more or less do what you want to do. What do you think about education in this state?
I think
Is it where you'd like to see it, or you think it could be some improvement somewhere, or what?
No, public education is nowhere near where I would like to see it. We're near the bottom 5 in the nation in the areas of performance and funding education. That's a problem. And I think it's been a problem. I think we just have some real fundamental issues on, first, how we fund education, depending too much on property taxes. I think our whole educational system needs to be revamped. And I can't tell you if that's going to be a quick process, but I'm going to be a part of the group that comes in and try to find better ways to educate our children in public education. It's not anywhere near where we should be. The disparities are many, and the equality is few. I mean, we have tons.
For pupils, because I used to cover education. That was my main beat when I was out there every day as an everyday news reporter.
Yes, sir.
And the per student amount was very low in Chicago as opposed to some of these suburban areas, and that was one of the things that was a concern to a lot of people.
It was, but it's the method in which we finance education on the state level, and it's kind of as though we've been doing it one way so long, and it's going to take a lot of energy to change that. I think we've had elected officials talk about change. Change is hard. Change is not something that just comes overnight. So I'm looking forward to that change, so we can be. We need to be where we need to be. The bottom 5 in the nation is unacceptable. And we got to go.
Well, I mean, there's a little thing going on now between the mayor and the governor on an appointee. You know, I guess the mayor wanted his appointee and the governor put his appointee in, and that little thing going on now. Do you see a whole lot of that kind of little stuff going on between politicians?
No, not as much. I mean, people always say is all of this nonsense going around. I think people generally work together, and I think they're working together on that issue. The newspapers, I mean, you're a journalist, they have to sell papers too, so they can't say, you know, the mayor and the governor is trying to work it out. They gotta say it's a feud, or it's a. I mean, you know how to use words. So in the midst of selling papers, they have to I'm going to use the right word. They gotta, you know, make this story more than probably what it is. But generally, it's people working together. We got a lot of great elected officials. I'm telling you, I was pleasantly surprised in the General Assembly. People are serious about what they do.
Well, they have some good journalists too.
Yeah,
they have. I understand what you're saying. You know, right now there's a thing about the polls.
Yes.
For the presidential election. They want to say that, well, Republicans mainly, they don't believe the polls. You know, when Obama was way ahead of Romney. And then they also questioned the 7.8% unemployment rate, which Obama had gotten. President Obama had gotten it down to 7.8%, which had fallen from 8.2 and then 8.1 and then 7.8. And Welch, the guy that used to be the chairman of GE, he said that he didn't, in a sense, believe the numbers. And some people want an investigation of the numbers. I believe the numbers. Because this is an independent body that is doing that. It is no way that people can cook those numbers. So I think if it had been favorable the other way, they would have believed them. Are you all out on break now?
It's funny. We always say the word. I don't think I'm on break. My schedule doesn't indicate break. Probably, you know, we do have session January to May 31st. So I'm not in session, and we go back at the end of November for what we call veto session. And we go back and do a little work in veto session, which is the last 2 weeks of November, and then we go back starting full session January, around the middle of January. So I'm technically on break from Springfield, but I'm not on break from working. You know, I've been around meeting people, doing things like talking to residents, doing interviews. So,
well, you have you're in office now. When will you have to run for re-election?
In November. I'll be on the ballot in November.
Oh, you'll be on the ballot in November?
And I'm running on the poll, so I don't have any opposition. I'll be there, but I'm still hoping that people will vote for me because. Whether I'm running unopposed or 5 people or just me, I would like people to punch that button and know that they got a solid guy there.
They don't have a Republican contender?
Well, this district is a strong Democratic district, and so there's no Republican. You know, want to kind of waste the time. And it's reversed. There's some districts over the nation are dominant Republican, so no Democrat run. So it all depends if you think you can win. But I don't really get into elections. They become perfunctory if I do my job. And that's what I'm hoping. I wanted to come to a point where I'm not even thinking about election day, where I can it's perpetual motion to meet service and the people. And that's what I'm doing now. I work with all of the leaders in my district.
Donnie Trotter.
Donnie Trotter is the senator. I have 5 mayors that are part of my district. Burnham, Mayor Polk. I got Mayor Calumet City, Michelle Quackenbush. I got the mayor of Lanston and Linwood, which is Mayor Abbott, Mayor Williams, and I got Mayor of Sauk Village currently, Mayor Towers. I got 3 aldermen.
Well, that's a lot of what you might say political power together.
Yeah.
So how did you work all of them in? You all get along fine?
Well, right now, with me being new, I'm 5 months, maybe 6 months in, so we're in a relationship building, but if I do my job, I'm sure they'll be satisfied with me. And I'm just looking to know the job and do the job.
Well, you know, they probably look at you as a young buck because, you know, I'm sure they're much older
Yeah,
you're the youngest one in there.
Yeah, I'm the youngest Democrat in the General Assembly.
And you know, usually when people have experience, They can help you. You can help them.
Of course.
They can help you because of past experience and knowledge. You can help them because of your young knowledge. You know, a lot of people want to know what young people think and what they think about this. And so that it can be a very good mixture.
I believe that.
There. And so what is the first goal that you have once you win your re-election and you're back to a new start again?
Getting resources for the community. I think my predecessor, Marlo Colvin, helped to bring resources, information back to the community. Making sure people in my community know about state opportunities, make sure businesses know about how to work with the state, particularly contracting, if there's jobs out there, making sure people know about these jobs, fighting for education, so when people apply to go to college, that there are Pell Grants, there are MAP grants, bringing infrastructure improvements.
Well, this is the end of our interview. It was enjoyable interviewing you, and I do believe that you're going to do a good job for the 33rd District.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you're off to a very good start.
Yes, ma'am. And thank you for again taking the time to interview me, and you're my constituent, so
yeah,
I got to keep you smiling.
This is Copyline Magazine 1-on-1, and we'll see you the next time.